Welcome back, guys, to a whiskey adventure. We've got a new quest for you guys today, another bottle review, and this is a Midwinter Nights Dram.
Act 12, Scene 6.
And this is your bottle?
This is my bottle. This bottle was given to me by my sister for Christmas.
Nice.
So, this special pour.
Yeah, and we've got a High West barrel right here, so, you know, kind of cool. But yeah, so let's see what we got. So this is coming in at 49.3%. That's, oh god, 99.6.
Yeah, 99. Yeah, no, 98.6.
98.6?
Yeah, 98.6. Yeah, body temperature.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Cool. And for those that don't know, this is a blend of rye whiskeys that were finished in port barrels.
And it's a blend of their Rendezvous rye that they distilled.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one thing I will say is I've had this a couple times at a couple different bottles, a couple different instances, and I was not a big fan of it.
Yeah, I've heard every batch is different, so I can't judge it on its own. Everyone says the pre-COVID ones were far better.
Pretty much everyone before this one, like even Act 11 was really good, but this one is just, to me, I mean, we'll see when we get into it. Maybe my palate will be different tonight, but from what I've had before, it tastes like they just dumped port in it.
Yeah, and I've heard it's gone downhill. I mean, earlier stuff was better, but not everything could be Act 5 or Act 6.
Yeah, see what we got on those here. Well, I'm not getting too much port. Definitely getting rye.
Yeah, I'm getting the rye spice, getting a little bit of cinnamon.
A lot of anise there. A lot of anise.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that. A little bit of some fruit, not much.
I want to say there's a melon there. I'm kind of getting the port, but it's just like the very top layer of it. Maybe a little bit of like a green tea with honey.
Mm-hmm.
Like an Arizona iced tea.
Yeah, that's a very unique description on that one. I can actually see where that goes on there, just the blend of the flavors of the anise in there with it. It just does kind of have that in a way.
I mean, the nose is definitely nice.
Yeah, it is very nice, very welcoming.
Alright, should we get in the palate?
Let's go on the palate.
Yeah, it's just a little too port forward for me. Because of how much port is there, it almost comes across as malty.
Okay.
Like it's got that, I don't know if it's just because I'm used to like sherry finish single malts or something like that. Yeah. But it's got that viscosity to it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The anise is there on the palate, but it's very light. It kind of, where the port was on top and the, like just barely on top, and the anise was like the main body in the nose. I think the palate, the anise is like, it's on the bottom, like the very bottom layer, and then the port is like the main palate. How about you?
Yeah, it's different on the palate. It's just, I get a little bit more, just the rye is there, not as much. I think the cinnamon kind of gave away a bit more, just some vanilla notes on there, but it was really a faint pull for that.
A little bit oaky and tannic. Trying to think. It really is rounded. I don't mean like well-rounded as in like balanced. Just like it's a very rounded and soft palate. There's no like jagged edges.
It's a nice, easy sipper is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing big to write home about, but probably on a midwinter's night on there, like you say, you have to keep warm by a fire in the snow.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I got. Again, the best thing is probably the viscosity. Let's pour a little bit more and get some water in here, see if maybe that helps. Maybe that'll...
Could be.
I'm anticipating that might bring the port forward a little bit. I'm hoping not, because that would be like the exact what you want. I'm hoping it brings the rye forward. But basically the difference between like this and Act 11 is that Act 11 is a lot more rye forward as opposed to port forward. It's more like the port is complementing the rye, whereas this, it feels like they're trying to make the rye complement the port.
Got 3 drops.
A little bit of a floralness coming out.
Yeah, floralness, graininess coming from on there. I mean, it still has the rye on it, but I don't get any of the port.
I'm not too sure if it changed too much, honestly. Just that floral note that I'm noticing, really.
Not getting any of the anise anymore.
Yeah. It's definitely taking a step back, that's true. Okay, so you go first.
So that anise kind of took an interesting round because I get more for now as the black licorice with it coming through. Just overall general anise. Portness is still there from it, but it's not as much.
Yeah.
It's just an odd where it's sitting in.
It took a step back to kind of join the mid
step back into the side.
Yeah.
And it's not, and where it's at is in a really odd spot on the palate.
It's like it moved like to the very back of the palate, and it's like I was gonna say it tasted more well-rounded this time. And I think that's true for like the first, like the beginning to mid palate, but then once you get towards the back of the palate and the finish, the port again just kicks in to overdrive, and it's just a little too much for me. I think this would be great for like if you want to blend it into, ironically it's a blend, but if you want to blend in a bit of a port finish into an existing rye that's maybe cask strength that you have, I think this would be a good whiskey to do that. The problem is it costs $150.
Right.
So that's not really what you're trying to get.
Yeah. I've seen it on places on there going for more.
Yeah, that's not what you're trying to get when you're spending $150 on a whiskey. So that's my opinion. It's a cool looking bottle, you know.
It's cool looking bottles. It's a cool theme on there. Midwinter's Night Dram. It's different. It's a different marketing technique with it, but makes it a little bit more special. You know, when you receive the bottle of it, it's like it's cool.
Yeah. But I think ever since they changed to their own distillate instead of using MGP, that's really...
I'm going to say that same thing too.
And that's what I really think is what is happening is I think their distillate is younger than the MGP that they were using. And that's why they're putting so much more port in it. I don't know. I'm not going to say they're actually dumping port into it. It's possible that they are. I'm not going to say that though. What I am saying is the port finish is significantly heavier than it used to be. And I think that's because the rye that they're using is younger than the MGP that they were using before. And so they're trying to cover up that youngness with the port finish. Yeah. That's how it comes across to me.
Yeah, it's good using their own rye, but at the same time, it's a drawback from it.
Yeah. It's probably cheaper for them because it's their own
stuff on there.
But I mean, if your production is getting cheaper, your cost should also be cheaper. So, you know, especially considering it's been going up so much lately. It used to be like, what, 125 like a year, maybe 2 years ago? Yeah. Now I've seen it as much as 180 at like Ralph's and Bond's, you know? And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I've seen this bottle for about $250 on secondaries.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I've only been seeing it for like MSRP. but that's all like local secondary.
Yeah,
So it's not. It's probably harder to get. No, I mean we're ironically as far removed from Kentucky and everything as we are very spoiled here in SoCal or just California in general with our whiskey selection.
I know. I just got back from a trip to New Mexico and they're seeing their whiskey selections out there and the prices there and back on there. It's night and day. Makes me wonder why the hell we're living in this state.
But there is a little bit of like if you can try and change the port in your mind to like a raw honey, that can come across a little bit better. But again, I think it's just still too strong there. I think this would probably make a great cocktail. But again, at $150 for a bottle, I'd be damn pissed if it's a cocktail bottle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same here.
But, you got anything else to add?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, like I said, it's a good bottle. It's nice. It's not overwell as you expect from a $150 bottle, but it's still a good novelty to have.
Definitely.
On it. I mean, especially, if you're Shakespearean and all that stuff on there, it's even better.
And I will say this is the first time I've had it like as early of a pour. This is only my second pour of the day, and in the past where I've had this, it was much later into the evening. But it seems like my opinion on it is pretty consistent, so that doesn't seem to have an effect on it. But I think that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you guys have tried this version of Midwinter Night's Dram, I hate the name. I wish it was Midnight Winter's Dram, dude. Like I know it's
Night Dram.
It's like a reference to something like a play or a book or
Midsummer's Night's Dream,
some shit like that.
Shakespeare.
But, like it just doesn't roll off the tongue. But yeah, that's going to be it. Again, let us know if you've tried Act 12 or if you've tried any other of this bottle. I'm not going to say the name again.
Yeah.
Midwinter
Night's Dram.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep butchering it. But that's going to be it. We'll catch you guys next time.